Hello, Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to today's video tutorial. Today we're going to start with making an easy birthday card, so let's jump right in. I'm going to be using the Bright Blossom stamp set on a piece of Whisper White that's going to be 2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm going to start with Old Olive ink and stamp that part. Then I'm going to stamp this other blossom right next to it, still in Old Olive. Then I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and this is going to be from the 1 in a Million stamp set. And I'm going to stamp it into this upper right hand corner, as you can see. I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig. And I'm using Island Indigo ink for that. Then I'm seriously taking a scratch piece of Whisper White. This I pulled right out of the trash. Great way to use up your scraps. Still from the Bright Blossom stamp set, this cute little circle. And the joy of stamping is when you don't like the first one, you can instantly do a repeat. Alright, so while I've still got all my ink pads out, then I've got another piece of Whisper White that'll be 7/8 of an inch by 2 5/8 of an inch. And I'm going to take the other part of this sentiment from the 1 in a Million stamp set with my Stamp-A-Majig. I'm going to stick with that Island Indigo ink. There we have it. I'm going to close out my ink pads, grab some punches, and we'll keep on going. So the first thing I'm going to punch out is this blue circle that we stamped, and I used the 1/2 inch circle punch. That's all we're going to need from that punch. And then I've got the circle from the Itty Bitty Shapes punch pack, and I'm going to be using extra pieces from the Summer Smooches Designer Series paper. So I'm going to punch out this guy right here. And then I'm going to do things a little bit different. This is a 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to be using some extra piece from the Summer Smooches, and I'm just going to line these up and punch them out. So it's really a different way to use your scraps, but see how it's got that great tangerine tango? This piece was going to go in the trash anyway, so I might as well get some color out of it. And let's see here, I'll do this circle here. And then if you want, we'll grab this one, and we'll see what else we need. So then I'm going to be using my mini glue dots. I'm just going to start picking all these up and sticking them on there. Let's get some adhesive on this guy. I'm going to put a dimensional behind the stamped piece. Okay, and then also, let's see here, we might grab some more here in a second, so let me grab these. I'm just going to cover up these blossoms. So I'll put this one over here. And this one here, and I need one more, so I'm going to grab this turquoise one right there. And put those in place. Alright, so now let's do a ton of layering. So the base for our card is going to be Daffodil Delight, as I throw it. It's going to be 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 inches. On top of that is going to go a piece of Island Indigo, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And on top of that will go a piece of the Summer Smooches Designer Series paper. And this is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Alright, now let's keep on going with our layering. So I've got a piece of the Summer Smooches that is going to be 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. On top of that will go a piece of Rio Red that's 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. It's just going to center on there. And then our piece of Whisper White that we stamped. And now we're going to go ahead and turn our attention to the inside of our card. So I've got another piece of Island Indigo, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And on top of that is going to go a piece of Whisper White that is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. Then we're going to grab our paper snips and we're going to turn our attention to the second half of our sentiment. And I'm going to simply chevron these out, cutting in the middle, and then cutting from the corner in. And do the other side as well. This is going to layer on top of a piece of real red that I cut out ahead of time with the decorative label punch. Just center that and drop that right into the middle of the inside of our card. Okay, so I didn't put this one on yet. This is going to go on with the dimensional. Feel that backing. Drop it in place. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to layer this onto my card. And then just 2 more accents away from being done. Okay, so we've got this done. It's going to go right into the center of our card. And then I'm going to grab my 10-second bow maker and the Daffodil Delight 1/8 inch taffeta ribbon. I'm going to put my prongs in place. I want it to be just a little bow. So I'm going to take this ribbon, I'm going to do a double loop bow. And when you buy the 10-second bow maker, you get all the video instructions on how to complete all cool fancy bows you can do with it, like this one. Grab my ribbon scissors. Give it trim, give it trim. Just going to get this kind of poofed out and lined up the way I want it. Quick adjustment there. Mini glue dot. Place that on the card, and I'll go through and fluff those here in just a bit. Okay, now we just need to add our rhinestones. So grab your rhinestones. I'm going to use the largest size and put it right in the center. I hope that you have enjoyed learning how to make this card. If you like this video, please be sure to like it below and also be sure to share it with your friends. And if you want to kick this card up another notch, simply grab more of your designer series paper, your Simply Scored, and your diagonal plate and make your own custom envelope that coordinates with your card. Head over to iteachstamping.com where you can learn more tricks for rubber stamping, for card making, and scrapbooking. Once again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and have a great day.